I used to start every week reading an AI generated report. It found good content ideas, genuinely useful stuff, and every week I'd scan it, copy the good bits, paste them into Notion and do the extra research, curate it, and then usually not use it. Reports are where useful ideas go to die. So I killed that report and I used ChatGPT work to build a research agent that skips the document entirely and writes straight into my content pipeline. 2 opportunities each time, proof of why they matter, duplication checked, structured, Notion record, stop. It can't draft, can't approve, can't publish, that's still me. Here's how I built it. This is the finished database. Opportunities research, filtered and logged by ChatGPT work. I still make the decision, but the daily research admin has moved into one controlled workflow for me. Now, the old Research Scout did technically work. It produced a report, but reports are where useful ideas go to die. I'll still have to come in here to ChatGPT, scan through the text to make sure it's actually useful, copy and paste it out then into Notion or somewhere else where I could then use it, curate it, do the extra research, and then figure out if it was actually useful or not. The problem here is the workflow, not the quality, because there's still good stuff that comes up in these reports, but because it ends up here and not over in somewhere I can reference easily in a nice digestible format, it's less likely to be used. Now, the new job is deliberately precise. Find 2 current opportunities, prove why each one matters, check the existing pipeline for duplication, and then create structured Notion records and then stop. It can't approve them, draft or publish anything. That still sits with me. So the agent here has 4 parts. Number 1, it has its sources. Number 2 is the rules that it must adhere to, its research patterns and questions. And then 4, the output destination, which in my case here is Notion. So let's break it down. So step 1, we have to give it a source of truth. Some documented rules and guidelines that I have in here in Notion already, which you can reference through its connector. So I have my brand operating note. This is where it talks about things like my brand voice, the type of content I'm looking for, the audience I'm catering for, and all of that good stuff that helps frame that initial decision. I have platform writing guides here. So how I want my X posts to look, how frequent I want them, how I want LinkedIn posts to be written, because they're very different to X posts. My SEO and AI visibility guides. The prompt is, again, as I say, it's specific. Understand the rules of engagement. So it checks those documents that I've just shown you, the operating guide, the SEO guide, the content writing guide, the existing content pipeline, to make sure that it doesn't duplicate any ideas or any content types. Scan reliable public sources for relevant AI development since the previous scheduled run, audience problems, and then I'm getting to exactly what I want. So I want 2 strong opportunities. I've said 0 is valid, right? So if it searches for stuff and it's just a slow news day, which in the world of AI land is incredibly rare, but does happen occasionally. If there is nothing good, I would rather have nothing than 2 weak content ideas. So for every accepted opportunity, it's going to go into that Notion database I showed at the start. It's going to create an entry. It's going to fill out all of the fields here for me. And then it's given it its limitations here. So it's not going to create a separate brief in archive. It's not going to say the rejected nonsense. It's not going to create drafts for me. That's a later task later on. And more importantly as well, there's a human in the loop element here, is where it gives me the content ideas. I want to go in, I want to validate, I want to see what's actually good and provide my insights before they just go out into the world. I'm not down for just having AI do everything start to finish and post stuff on my behalf if I've not even been involved in the creation process. And again, if nothing qualifies, create no entries and tell me why. I would rather have it produce no ideas whatsoever than produce me slop that I then have to reject and deal with later on. What I'm going to do is I can come up here, set my notifications, and I can kick off a manual job. So I will kick off the job now and we will watch it run in real time. And here we go. It has come back. It's worked for 1 minute and 58 seconds, and we can expand out here and have a look at some of the details. We can see what it's done. We can see the sources looked at, and we can see that it has given me 1 entry. Remember, I asked it for up to 2, but if none were there, that is good as well. So it's given me an entry around how to find old chats and files of ChatGPT without starting again. We'll get into the details and have a look at that in Notion in a moment. It's rejected, however, so 2 it looks like, based on duplication of stuff that's already in the pipeline. Claude for Teachers, it's rejected because it doesn't necessarily tie in with my core audience, which is predominantly UK based. So let's go over to my opportunity pipeline, and here we go. So here's the new entry it's created. It's a full screen, that one. There we go. So how to find old chats and files in GPT working again. So it's identify what the audience task may be, and that is when you are trying to find a past chat, a project, or an image quickly. We have all been there. It's given us brief evidence as to where it's got it from. So it's got it from OpenAI release notes. It's a medium level priority. Where it's got its signal from, it's given me its source links. This is super important as well, because I will want to go and verify all of this before I put my name behind anything. So if you want to adapt this, make sure you give the agent trusted sources, define exactly what done means, force it into a fixed output, block actions that it should never take, and keep a human approval point, especially if you're using this for actual work, content, or anything else, because having that human input is so important to actually make stuff valuable. People can spot AI slop a mile off and will be quite happy to tell you if they believe it is indeed AI slop as well. So always have a human in the loop, keep the effort in, it enhances the quality and it gets your voice over so much better. This agent handles one recurring research job, and if you're still trying to work out where AI fits into normal office work, my Microsoft Copilot guide shows everyday tasks where it is actually useful, which you can see here. So next week, I'm going to show you what happened when I used Codex to build and ship a real family app that is live in the Apple App Store right now and coming to the Google Play Store very soon. Link to the App Store version of that is down in the description, along with the website you can go and use as well. Super excited to share with you guys that learning experience, and hopefully you will find it super useful as well, and will solve a real problem as we enter the summer holidays. What the heck do you do with the kids? Thank you for watching. I do appreciate you all. Hit that like and that subscribe button so you don't miss any of these future videos, and stay peachy.